and discovered a creepy looking doll inside a box, and so he decided to take the doll out of the box and out of the storage room and put it onto a bookshelf with other creepy books, when suddenly something creepy happens right at that time.
I'm just going through some Halloween stuff from the cool I found. This creepy ass Gwendolyn doll. She's jumping. Alright, so I'm thinking creepy doll is gonna go with the creepy books, right? That seems like the best place. Stop! Remy! Remy? Hey, stop! Stop messing with the lights! Elijah! Hey, what are you guys doing?
Not sure what to think, Chell believes this could be a strange one-off coincidence with the lights. However, on another night he decides to show his outside decorations and sees something similar, but this time more terrifying. Watch closely.
Well, I came out here to try to show off these decorations, but the storm and wind pretty much blew down most of them, but that's fine. But while I'm out here, this is my attic right now. So, yeah. I don't want to go up there. I gotta go up there. Fuck. Okay. Okay. Well, I already replaced light bulbs a couple days ago, so fuck it, right? Just do it again. There. Okay. There. Good. What are you doing here? Fuck.
After noticing the lights flickering in the attic, he decides to get a replacement bulb and switch the light. But then he notices that the doll has somehow appeared in the attic with him, and as he tries to leave, the door just slams shut all by itself. He then makes a follow-up video giving an update and just explaining the situation, not knowing that he would eventually capture something absolutely horrifying.
Like the weird stuff started when I got her out, right? So like I think I just need to, put her back. Do I just get rid of her?
The tap turns on by itself, and when he turns his back to go shut it off, the glass suddenly shatters out of nowhere, and the doll in his hand seems to burn him, causing him to drop it. After getting burnt, he then decides to burn the doll itself.
I don't even figure if she's gonna burn my hand, I'll just burn her.
It doesn't take him too long to realize that he made a big mistake, and that burning the doll wouldn't solve anything. So instead he tries out some creepy ritual, which looks like it would only make things worse, and I think that's exactly what happens.
So the church was no help, and getting rid of the doll didn't do anything, and it's shit's still happening, and it's only happening now when I'm alone, and I don't. Some people on the internet said to try this, and it's a upright pentagram of salt and some dead leaves, and I'm supposed to read from this book, and it's like protection spell to like ward off evil. And I don't believe in any of this shit, but I don't know what else to do, so we're gonna try it. Tune sede malice sed contra event. Come on. Fuck, come on! No!
The ritual is quickly interrupted by some creepy activity, and then the doll suddenly reappears on the sofa, which freaks him out, causing the video to end abruptly. Real cursed doll or not, the final judgment is yours.
And something about that cave just spooked me out.
This man had a very unsettling disappearance. His name is Kenny Beach, and you're about to see his last video. He was looking for a cave that he said was shaped like an M.
It's shaped like a big M. It's a big cave that looks just like a gigantic M.
Kenny began to enter the cave when his body started to vibrate. He then suddenly was filled with a sense of doom and dread. He could feel that his life was in danger, so he decided to leave.
And something about that cave just spooked me out of all the caves I've ever gone in.
Kenny was a very avid hiker, and he loved to explore, so his curiosity was killing him. He knew that he had to get back to that cave and explore it. He was desperate to learn what was inside and what had terrified him so deeply. A very strange part of this story comes from a common thread. Kenny was talking about how he was going to go back to find this cave when someone commented. They said, if you find the entrance, do not enter. You will never get back out. So Kenny asked, what makes you say that? The commenter disappeared, and his channel was wiped off of YouTube. Kenny grabs his pistol, loads up, and goes to find the entrance of the cave. Although this is the last time he would ever be seen.
And I'm looking for a cave that I found, and I didn't have a sidearm when I was here before. And something about that cave just spooked me out of all the caves I've ever gone in. This one just made my body vibrate. The closer I got to it, the crazier my body felt, and I was like, all right, I'm not gonna go in there right now, but I'm coming back someday. I don't know if there's gonna be anything to it, but it might be interesting. It's shaped like a big M. It's a big cave that looks just like a gigantic M, and it's about as tall as I am and kind of narrow, and it's stuck on the side of a mountain. I'm going in there. I'm gonna put on my light and take my gun out and walk in there, see if I find anything. We'll see.
There was a huge search party for Kenny, and it wasn't until a week later that they found his camera lying just outside of a mine shaft. The strange part is, his body was nowhere to be found, and there were no tracks inside of the mine. It's as if his camera had been placed there. The story gets even stranger when you take into account that this is right by Area 51. And his body beginning to vibrate sounds like something that the military uses called an access denial system. It's basically like microwaving your body, and it would start to vibrate and it would freak you out. And they use this to prevent people from entering places. Since this is right by Area 51, it almost seems like he accidentally found an entrance to something. The mystery has never been solved, so let me know what you guys think. And rest in peace to Kenny.
For the past few days, something has been trespassing on Casey's property and stealing his chickens within the darkness of the night. Luckily, some tracks were left behind around 1 AM, and they thought it would be a good idea to follow them and see where they would lead to. And that's when they managed to capture something downright chilling. The tracks seemed to lure the guys towards the woods, where they hear a creepy sound that sends them running. However, the next day they return and decide to lie in wait for whatever this creature may be, as it makes its way to the chickens once again. Take a look.
Go ahead. Follow you.
They hear similar sounds again but don't manage to catch a glimpse of anything. But a few weeks later, it returns, and this time they capture something chilling on camera. What looks like some sort of creature can be seen just lurking by a tree, with its glowing eyes just watching the two men in the woods. Also, some strange noises can be heard along with what sounds like a branch snapping somewhere nearby. With all of that, Casey concludes that there must be more than one of them, and that they should get out of there before anything else happens. So, is this the chicken thief captured on camera? Or is it all just a simple ruse? You judge.
Two sisters are playing in their room when they decide to record themselves singing a Disney musical for fun. Midway through their amateur performance, it becomes apparent that the two girls are not so alone after all.
Second guessing, too late to go back to sleep. It's time to trust my instincts. Close my eyes and leave.
The younger sister simply stares at the pitch black doorway in shock, while the other continues singing. Then whatever is with them decides to do this.
Yeah, I think I...
The video ends with the girls running away screaming for their father to come help. Looking at the video a second time, it does seem as though the door definitely opens on its own. If this is real, then something must have taken a few steps into their room before swinging the water bottle off of their desk drawer. Perhaps a grumpy ghost had gotten tired of their singing, or maybe this was all just a prank. If so, it's a pretty good one. Number 16, The Prowler. This video seems to be split evenly between believers and skeptics. A kid is making a video for his school project when the camera apparently catches something glaring at him through the window. It's quick, so pay close attention if you missed it.
The environment we chose was the Taiga Border Forest, which is located in Russia, northern Canada, and...
When the dog jumps up to get a tennis ball, it pushes the blinds away and you can just barely make out half of an ape-like face looking into the window. If you still can't see it, then other YouTubers have slowed the video down and taken a screenshot. As you can see, something is clearly looking in on them. If this was just a reflection, then it should look like the back of a student's head, but it is clearly someone's face. It looks like it could be some sort of humanoid. Another possible explanation would be some sort of fake dummy or statue they've placed outside of the window. Other people point out that the dog does not look frightened by the face at all, but then again, the dog might have been too focused on getting the ball to notice anything else. Also, if this video was fake, then the dog would have to be taught to jump up on the back of the couch just at the right time, which would be kind of hard to do. Plus, you don't hear or see any commandments given towards the dog. Overall, this video has a very natural feel. Number 15, The Ghost Experiment. A YouTuber named Michael D. McGee has been conducting paranormal experiments for years. Apparently, Michael summons a spirit who is willing to move things on his command. To prove this, Michael takes a metal fruit bowl full of apples and shows it to the camera. He says that whenever he concentrates and asks the ghost to move it for him, it does. After showing that there is no one else in the room and no strings on the floor or attached to the bowl, he places the fruit bowl down, making sure to keep himself in the frame the whole time. This supposedly is what he is able to get a ghost to do.
If there... What I'll say.
Again, I just wanted to stress that Michael insists that this is not telepathy, but rather an actual spirit who he is able to communicate with and give commands to. He has since been able to replicate this experiment with other objects. What separates this video from others is that there are clearly no strings attached. If this is fake, it's unclear as to how he is making these objects move. Number 14, Devoured by Bugs.